Hello everyone, my name is Paridhi Jain and I work in the Secure Himalaya project in UNDP, and I'll be taking you a lecture on COVID preventative hygiene, precautions and exercises. As we know that COVID has been increasing in our country and all over the world, and it has been declared as a pandemic, and it's extremely important for us that we have the right kind of knowledge and information, so that's only going to equip us from preventing ourselves from any kind of infection. So let's just have a look. So what is coronavirus exactly? Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that can cause illnesses such as the common cold, severe acute respiratory syndrome SARS. The virus is now known as the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 SARS-CoV-2. The disease it causes, it's called coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19. In March 2020, the World Health Organization WHO declared the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. There have been several other outbreaks in the past, 2009 H1N1 pandemic, 1968 pandemic. And the important thing is that in spite of having so many pandemics and disease outbreaks in the last century, we have all come out of it. And how? With the right kind of strategies, management and positive outlook. So that is really important for us. So I wanted to talk to you a bit on bats and the myths associated with them. So last year when this outbreak started, there were so many myths lying around that this disease comes from bats. No, it doesn't. I mean, bats don't spread COVID. So please don't fear them. Humans and bat viruses, they are completely different. So we don't get COVID from their scats or droppings. However, eating live meat and illegal wildlife trade is strictly prohibited. Their colonies need to be protected. I have seen and read in the newspapers last year that several of the bat colonies on the trees and in the thatches of the roofs, so several people were destroying. So please don't do that. We need to protect them. They have extremely important role in our ecosystem. They are seed dispersers and they also help in pollination. So they are very, very important for our ecosystem and we don't need to fear them. However, wild life and the wild animals, they can get COVID from us. So we need to stay away from them if we have infection. So, but it's also important not to abandon your cats or dogs or pets in any fear. They don't have anyone except from us. So we need to be empathetic in this kind of situation. Not just towards humans, our fellow humans, also towards the animals. We need to be really empathetic and kind. So now taking care of your well-being, it's really important to be safe, smart and kind. How to have a good hygiene? First of all, you need to wear masks properly. Whenever you are wearing masks, first wash your hands with hand wash, soap or sanitize your hands. Then wear the mask. The most important thing is you have to cover your nose and your face completely. I have seen on road and the people are very careless. They are wearing masks till here and their nose is not covered at all because they say that they are having breathing issues when they are wearing mask. I mean, no, you need to wear your mask properly because if you get the infection, you are going to have severe breathing issues after that. So we need to be really careful after that. And while traveling outside, when we are outside, don't touch your mask with your hands. If you have to, then sanitize your hands and then touch it. When you come back to your home and you remove your mask and you wash your hands again. So should people wear masks while exercising during the COVID-19 pandemic? So if you are doing rigorous exercises, there are problem that there's going to be suffocation. So if you want to exercise outside and if there you have area available like a big playground or a place where there is very, very less number of people, and if you have sufficient number of distance, then I can say that you may want to remove the mask if you have like a really sufficient amount of distance like around 10 to 20 feet, and that also I would say very early morning, like 5 or 6. But however, in areas where there is high amount of infection, it is highly advised that you don't exercise outside. It's better to exercise inside. You can do indoor exercises on your roof, in your room, or if you have a garden, best. And we will be talking about those indoor exercises now. And so when you're exercising indoors, you don't need to wear a mask. Yeah, because there have been instances also that people have been running with their mask or doing some rigorous exercises, and they got suffocated. So that also we need to be careful. So key times to practice social distancing inside your home when someone has or thinks they have COVID-19, if possible, stay at least 6 feet away. Outside also 6 feet away, and don't go out in crowded places. If you want to shop, you're going to get important medical supplies or groceries, you better go to places which is least crowded, and wait outside unless the crowd is out of the shop. So that we need to really be critical on. So say no to social stigma. See, anyone can get coronavirus regardless of race, gender, age, or other personal qualities. And while anyone has got COVID, all we need to do is that the person who has got infection or COVID, they are under isolation. We need to be careful on that. If we can, if the person is not going under isolation, we can kindly request that person and ask them to go under isolation after they have recovered. We don't need to do any kind of bad behavior with them. Don't isolate people who have already recovered from COVID. They're not going to give you any kind of virus, because those survivors, they often suffer from a lot of anxiety, stress, and trauma due to social stigma. We don't need to do any kind of partiality or any kind of bad behavior with them. Even if they're not your family members or your friends, they're your neighbor, whoever it is, if they have got it, they need to follow the proper procedure. When they have recovered from it, you don't need to get scared from them. Okay? Tips for your daily well-being. Ensure you stay hydrated, eat a balanced diet, and have sufficient sleep and rest during the day. Stay clean and exercise every day for 10 to 15 minutes. If you are eating good food, healthy food, you're exercising, taking enough amount of sleep, and you're staying positive, your immunity is going to be strong. Yes. So, seek accurate information. A near constant stream of information can cause stress with unsourced rumors. These days, what we are saying that on WhatsApp we get lots of forwards which which are mostly rumors. Don't trust that information. And also, I would suggest don't watch a lot of news on television, because these days the media, they are portraying a lot of negative information. They're not going to help us. How many people died and how many people got infected. It's just going to uh, affect our stress level, our trauma. All we need to know is that what precautions we need to take, and if there are any important numbers which are being displayed, any kind of information, that's the only information we require. So don't watch a lot of television and lot of negative news. You have to stay positive. You also need to stay connected and maintain your social network. You can call your friends, your teachers, your friends, and stay connected with them, how they are doing. And that's how that will be able to fight this disease. And we also need to create a daily routine. So when you go to school and all, you have a daily routine and all, but now at home it's really difficult, I understand. But if you have a daily routine, and you have it needs to be a really balanced routine, that you're getting up time, taking a bath, and exercising in the morning, and then what homework and studies you are going to do, and then also take sufficient break for some social stuff, like talking to your friends on the phone. And also you can start some hobbies, dancing, you can learn music or cricket or sports, whatever you want to do. So you need to have a break, and whenever you are stressed, just take a break. Don't just stretch it. Whenever you're having stress, you're not able to do the work, just take a break 10-15 minutes and then have a walk, listen to some song, and then you can come back. And every 20 minutes you can take a 20-second break, or that depends on you. Yeah. You need when you are isolating someone, select a well-ventilated room in your home that can be used to separate sick. Clean food before use, drink clean water, avoid junk food. It's really important to stay healthy. Keep your windows open to let in fresh air, get some natural sunlight if you can, or get outside into the garden. Avoid unnecessary traveling. Clean your hands often while commuting by public transport. To the extent possible, avoid touching high-touch surfaces in the public transport, door handles, handrails, handshaking with people, etc. Use a tissue or your sleeve to cover your hand or finger if you must touch something, or use hand sanitizer if you have touched anywhere. So now let's revise what we have learned. There's a small video.
No matter where you live or who you are, each of us can help break the chains of COVID-19 transmission. Here's what you can do to protect yourself and others. Cover your cough and sneeze. Clean your hands frequently and thoroughly, especially before and after putting on a mask and going outside or coming home. Avoid crowded places and mass gatherings. Avoid touching surfaces in public, as they might be contaminated by someone with the virus. Socialize at a distance. Stay at least 1 meter away from others as much as you can, and wear a mask if you can't. If you feel even slightly unwell, stay home. Call your local health authorities and get tested. If you test positive, follow the recommendations from health authorities about how and where you should isolate from others, and receive medical care if needed. Make a list of people you have recently been in contact with. Self-quarantine for 14 days if you have been in contact with anyone confirmed with COVID-19. Make sure you follow your local guidance. Each country or area has its own levels of transmission, resources, and recommendations, and the situation can change rapidly. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way we live, work, and connect with others. It is challenging, but together, we can break the chains of COVID-19 transmission.
Now let's just focus on indoor exercises, workout at home. You can also go out for walk outdoors if you stay more than 2 meters from others. So it's another video on exercising. Regular exercise is essential while working and studying from home. It helps your mind and body stay in shape. You don't need to gym to stay fit. Here are 5 great exercises that you can do easily at home without equipment. First, warm up. Start with some jumping jacks. 3 minutes would be great. Second is abs. You can do some cardio. Sit-ups are easy to do and effective. A few setups would be great. Third is lower body. Squats are a great lower body workout. Fourth is upper body. Punching is great for cardio and muscles. Make sure you move around. Stretch. Wind down with 3 minutes of stretching. Some yoga moves would be amazing too. We'll be talking about yoga now. So all you need is 15 minutes. A morning and evening routine would help you stay fit and healthy. You can also squeeze in those exercises into your work day. Take regular breaks from your work for a mini workout. Do you have any other workout suggestions? We can discuss. Stay connected, stay healthy.